Now, the Expo 2020 Dubai is a platform created to share innovation, celebrate human progress, and foster universal cooperation. It's designed to be a multifaceted event where extraordinary exhibitions, diplomatic encounters, business meetings, public debates, and live shows all take place at the same time at various locations within the Expo Village. Our producer and GMN presenter Ndishishii will be bringing us up to date with all that will be transpiring there. He's set to leave for Dubai tomorrow, and now we catch up with him just to get some details, and also maybe his excitement can rub off on us. Good morning, Ndishishii.
Very good morning to you, Trizia. Thank you so much for being on Good Morning. I'm joking.
Ndishishii, listen, we've discussed this. We said no jokes, no tickling, because, you know, this is a serious platform.
Very serious.
Yes.
All right. Very serious. Yes.
Now, Ndishishii, firstly, thank you for being here. You could have chosen otherwise.
Yes, thank you for having me.
But you're here.
Absolutely.
You know, Ndishishii, exciting. You're going to Dubai, the Expo 2020.
Yeah.
What does this journey mean to you personally?
Nerve-wracking for a very large degree, but also I'm super optimistic. I'm super excited about this undertaking. It's big, not only for me, but for the NBC and, of course, the broader Namibia as well. Expo 2020 is really a platform where you see innovation, where you see value addition, where you see so many people come together across the world and see how we can help each other, how we can make the world a better place. And this expo goes back as far as 1870. And some of the greatest inventions to be unveiled at these expos, think of the ice cream cone.
Yes.
Think of the typewriter.
Yes.
The very first live TV broadcast was brought at one of these expos.
And so it's only fitting that you should be there, right?
Absolutely, to some degree. So I'm really thankful for the opportunity, and I do not take it for granted. I'd like to thank the management of the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation. I'd like to thank the leadership of the Namibia Investment Promotions and Development Board for really entrusting me with this task. And I look forward to, of course, learning. I look forward to telling the Namibian story. And of course, I also believe that the media has a powerful role to play in bringing investment to Namibia, whether it's from an international perspective or from a domestic perspective here.
Yeah. Now, you're going to be there and you're going to be bringing us content. You're going to keep us up to date.
Yes.
While you're there. What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to connecting, to learning from other parts of the world, but also really I look forward to selling in Namibia. I mean, we're all going there as ambassadors to this global exposition. It's not anybody's responsibility, but each and every one of us responsibility. And not only those of us who are going to be at the expo itself, but even those of us here in Namibia. Remember that a lot of people may even come to Namibia within the 6 months, you know, be tourists or whatever the case may be. So really the responsibility is for all of us to play this ambassadorial role and ensure that, of course, we welcome, whether it's investors, whether it's tourists, or whatever the case may be, and just ensure that we give them the experience that we promised on the other side, and ensure that, of course, they do get to see what Namibia has to offer. But I'm really excited about this Trizia. I'm looking forward to connecting. I'm looking forward to learning from other parts of the world, other journalists. I'm looking forward to visiting some of the other pavilions. Remember, there's like 192 countries that will be showcasing at this expo.
That's so exciting, Ndishishii.
Absolutely. And the beautiful part about this expo is that they build what is called the expo site. And within this expo site, each country has a pavilion, similar like a mini hall or whatever the case may be. And just imagine, 438 hectares, which is quite large.
That's a lot.
So I'm super excited, and I really look forward to this year.
Now, Ndishishii, put all the excitement aside, and I mean, you're going there for 6 months.
Yep.
Right? How do you intend on keeping in touch with your friends and your family, you know, not letting depression set in, etc.?
Yeah. And homesickness.
Yes,
and
exactly.
all the kapana. But yeah, luckily there is, of course, social media, which we really have to be thankful for in this day and age. I'm going to be keeping in touch. I'm going to be keeping in touch with you guys here as well. I'm sure we're going to be doing a number of interviews on what's happening that side. And I just really also want to thank, you know, the very small circle that I have, and of course my family as well, who have really been supportive throughout this entire journey. And even since breaking the news, I know half a year sounds like a great deal, and it is a great deal, but, you know, sometimes you have to make sacrifices for the greater good, and that's really what I want to do.
Is this a sacrifice for you, though, honestly? Or is it more of this is an exciting opportunity, I can't wait to get away, you know?
It's an exciting sacrifice.
An exciting sacrifice, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be a long time away from home, I admit that. And this is really my first international trip, and obviously there's a lot to expect, but I'm also going out into the world with an open mind, with an open heart, and just, ready to receive whatever may happen as it happens, and of course deal with it as it happens.
Your first international trip, Ndishishii?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I can imagine your emotions must be all over the place right now. How are you keeping everything in check?
Well, I'm just looking forward to the expo. That's really the work. That's really what I've been focusing on. There's been a lot of administrative work. Just uprooting your life, for 6 months isn't something easy. But I look forward to that.
And I mean, what does this mean for your journey as a producer as well as a presenter? Being given an opportunity like this.
Yeah. I must say that, I'm once again truly grateful for the leadership of the NBC, in trusting me with this mammoth of a task. I'll be doing undertaking quite a number of roles, ranging from camera work to production to technician as well. I'll be liaising within the Namibian media and, of course, on that side as well. There's so many roles, but I'm confident that I can, of course, pull this off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I am, and I look forward to the person that I'll be, following after this expo, and the qualities and the value that I'll bring, to the NBC and to Good Morning Namibia.
Yeah. And I mean, I was just thinking, you mentioned all the roles that you'll be part of, and I'm thinking that, this is going to keep you very busy. How will you then, do you have a plan in place or anything in place that you'll know that, what, because I'm going to be so busy, this is how, when I'm in Dubai, I'm going to wind down?
Yeah. Unfortunately, not yet. I think the first few months will be very occupied with work, but of course, as the quieter times of the expo, set in, I will definitely be looking at, I mean, there's so much to do in Dubai. There's so much to look forward to in Dubai. I mean, your Burj Khalifas, the palms, the Palm Islands, etc., the mosques. It's such a beautiful place, the fountains, etc., to look forward to. But for me right now, it's just really to get the work going, to hit the ground running. And Trizia, as I said, the media is a very powerful tool, and we can sell Namibia not only to the international community or the regional community, but also to Namibia in itself. Remember, we have 5 startups going to this expo who've done very well on their own so far. But Trizia, you and I always have this conversation. We can do so much better as Namibians in terms of supporting fellow Namibian businesses. And it's such a broad spectrum of opportunities in terms of even how we can boost domestic tourism in the country. And I really hope that I'm able to tell that story and inspire, 1 or 2 Namibians to, of course, support either a startup or take up, a domestic trip.
And just quickly, Ndishishii, speaking about boosting tourism in Namibia, personally, how important is it to you that the tourism industry is boosted on such an international level?
Very important, Trizia. We've seen it over and over again, how Namibia and international tourists, the relationship is very crucial. We saw how those numbers dwindled, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic hit. I remember just interviewing Minister Shifeta not too long ago about, tourism. And imagine going from 2 million visitors a year to less than 100,000 or less than 200,000, that's the sort of impact that COVID-19 has had on us. But I also believe that in the same vein, in as much as, we're very reliant on international tourists, international visitors, there's also great potential in domestic investment. We just need to make sure some of these things are, of course, conducive for the local population. I know there's a major problem with the per person sharing. So once we get those things underway, out of the way, so to say, there's definitely great potential in domestic investment, in domestic tourism.
I think, Ndishishii, hopefully not just myself, I think, I can speak for fellow presenters. We're very amazed and excited for you and very, very happy for you to have been awarded this opportunity. And I think for me, just wondering to myself, I thought, if I had received this news, what would my thought process have been from the day I received it up to now? And I just, I'm just wondering, if you can just brief us. What was your thought process? When you first received this news that, listen, Ndishishii, you're going to Dubai, and then processing, your thoughts and your emotions through up to today,
To be honest, it felt surreal for the most part. And, I've always sort of, I don't know, you sort of take things with a pinch of salt, Initially, I was surprised that I was selected to undergo on this trip. Secondly, honored. But thirdly, there was, a bit of doubt within me, where you get to question yourself in terms of why me, But I've come to terms with it. And I'm really ready to go on this trip right now. And I look forward, once again, to learning so much And yeah, I think I'm finally mentally there in Dubai.
Yeah, Ndishishii, thank you so much for being with us this morning. I think that this is a great opportunity for you. Like I said, from myself and fellow presenters, we're very, very happy for you.
Yeah.
All the best. Go and take this Namibian flag high. And you just do what you do best. We have all our faith in you.
Thank you so much, Trizia. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to miss you guys. I'm going to miss this very platform. I mean, Good Morning Namibia is home. Absolutely love the show. I just want to say also to the Namibian public out there that, you know, this expo is not just about those ministers, delegates who are going to be present at the expo, but it's a collective responsibility for each and every one of us to, of course, ensure that we bring Namibia back to its feet. Remember, the world is at a precipice, and it's important that we all play our part and see how we can recover. COVID-19 has had such a detrimental effect.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's really, the onus is on us to
so look, thank you so much, Ndishishii. And like I said, I'm still willing to travel in your bags or to carry your bags. So you just think about that and let me know after the show. But right now, we're going to go back. But before we go to this break, please, this was Ndishishii, who's our producer as well as a presenter here on Good Morning Namibia, just speaking to us about his trip to the Dubai Expo 2022, which started today. Ndishishii, we wish you well from the Namibian nation.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back shortly.